everybody, and welcome once again to the Church of the Most High. This is Nickelbag speaking on this Wednesday, March 4th, 2026. And like usual, we are bringing you the scripture live, raw and uncut, the way the good Lord meant it to be. We begin our program with a reading from the book of Proverbs, as always. And I pray that the Lord is with us and our minds are opened and our hearts are receptive. In the name of JEHOVAH ALLAH, most gracious, most merciful. The book of the Proverbs of the Kings of Israel, chapter 4. Hear, ye children, the instruction of a father, and attend to no understanding. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law. For I was my father's son, tender and only beloved in the sight of my mother. He taught me also, and said unto me, Let thine heart retain my words, keep my commandments and live. Get understanding, get wisdom, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting get understanding. Exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her. She shall give to thine hand an ornament of grace. A crown of glory shall she deliver to thee. Hear, O my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of thy life shall be many. I have taught thee in the way of wisdom. I have led thee in right paths. When thou goest, thy steps shall not be straitened, and when thou runnest, thou shalt not stumble. Take fast hold of instruction. Let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it and pass away. For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. My son, attend to my words. Incline thine ear unto my sayings. Let them not depart from thine eyes. Keep them in the midst of thine heart, for they are life to those that find them, and health to all their flesh. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Put away from thee a froward mouth, and perverse lips put far from thee. Let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before thee. Ponder the path of thy feet. Let all thy ways be established. Turn not to the right hand, nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil. And once again, that was the book of the Proverbs, chapter 4. Our next reading is from the book of Psalms. Let's get into that. We're at Psalm 26 today. And here we go. In the name of JEHOVAH ALLAH, most gracious, most merciful. The book of the Psalms, Psalm 26, a psalm of David. Judge me not, O Lord, for I have walked in mine integrity. I have trusted also in Yahweh, therefore shall I not slide. Examine me, O Yahweh, and prove me. Try my reins and my heart. For thy loving kindness is before mine eyes, and I have walked in thy truth. I have not sat with vain persons, neither will I go in with dissemblers. I have hated the congregation of evildoers, and will not sit with the wicked. I will wash mine hands in innocency. So will I compass thine altar, O Yahweh, that I may publish with the voice of thanksgiving, and tell of all thy wondrous works. Yahweh, I have loved the habitation of thy house, and the place where thine honor dwelleth. Gather not my soul with sinners, nor my life with bloody men, in whose hands is mischief, and their right hand is full of bribes. But as for me, I will walk in mine integrity. Redeem me, and be merciful unto me. My foot standeth in an even place. In the congregations will I bless Jehovah Allah. Bless you, Allah Yahweh. And once again, that was Psalm number 26. And we are going to get into our next reading. Our next reading is from the Quran. We read from the New Translation by M.A.S. Abdel Halim. It is not like the other Quran translations that are written in column format. The Arabic written in column format makes sense because it's a poem and there's line by line. I mean, it's more than just a poem, but that's the form that it takes. This here for the English reader is written in a paragraph form so we can understand it. So let's get into that. In the name of Jehovah Allah, most gracious, most merciful. The Quran, Surah number 100. Al-Adiyat, the charging steeds. By the charging steeds panting, striking sparks with their hooves, making dawn raids, raising a cloud of dust and plunging into the midst of the enemy. Man is ungrateful to his Lord, and he is witness to this. He is truly excessive in his love of wealth. Does he not know that when the contents of graves are thrown out, when the secrets of hearts are uncovered, on that day their Lord will be fully aware of them all? And once again, that was the Quran, Surah number 100. Today we begin a new book in the cycle here. Today's book reading, we finished the Lamentations of Jeremiah the prophet yesterday. Today we get into the book of Ecclesiastes, not to be confused with Ecclesiasticus. We're going to get into that. In the name of Jehovah Allah, most gracious, most merciful. The book of Ecclesiastes, also known as Koheleth or the preacher. The words of the preacher, the son of David, the king in Jerusalem. Vanity of vanities, saith the preacher, vanity of vanities. All is vanity. What profit hath the man of all his labor which he taketh under the sun? One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. The sun also ariseth, and the sun goeth down, and hasteth to his place where he rose. The wind goeth toward the south, and turneth about unto the earth. It whirleth about continually, and the wind returneth again according to his circuits. All the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. Unto the place from whence the rivers come, thither they return again. All things are full of labor. Man cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, See, this is new? It hath been already of old time, which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. I, the preacher, was king over Israel and Jerusalem, and I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. This sore travail hath God given to the sons of man to be exercised with. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is lacking cannot be numbered. I communed with mine own heart, saying, Lo, I am come to great estate, and have gotten more wisdom than all they that have been before me in Jerusalem. Yea, my heart had great experience of wisdom and knowledge. And I gave my heart to know wisdom, and to know madness and folly. I perceived that this also is vexation of spirit. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. And once again, that was the book of Ecclesiastes, also known as Koheleth, or the Preacher. And we are going to get into our reading from the Gospel for today. Our Gospel reading comes from the Gospel of St. Luke. We are at chapter 8, and St. Luke is the third Gospel in the New Testament. It is the third book in the New Testament. And we're going to get right into that. Just a second here. Once again, St. Luke chapter 8. In the name of JEHOVAH ALLAH, most gracious, most merciful. The book of the Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 8. And it came to pass afterward that he went throughout every city and village, preaching and showing the glad tidings of the kingdom of Allah. And the 12 were with him. And certain women which had been healed of evil spirits and infirmity, Mary, called Magdalene, out of whom went 7 devils, and Joanna, the wife of Chusa, Herod's steward, and Susanna, and many others which ministered unto him of their substance. And when much people were gathered together, and were come to him out of every city, he spake by a parable. A sower went out to sow his field. And as he sowed, some fell by the wayside, and it was trodden down, and the fowls of the air devoured it. And some fell upon a rock, and as soon as it was sprung up, it withered away, because it lacked moisture. And some fell among the thorns, and the thorns sprang up with it, and choked it. And other fell on good ground, and sprang up, and bare fruit 100-fold. And when he had said these things, he cried, He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. And his disciples asked him, saying, What might this parable be? And he said, Unto you it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of Allah, but to others in parables, that seeing they might not see, and hearing they might not understand. Now the parable is this: the seed is the word of Allah. Those by the wayside are they that hear. Then cometh the devil, and taketh away the word out of their hearts, lest they should believe and be saved. They on the rock are they which, when they hear, receive the word with joy. And these have no root, which for a while believe, and in time of temptation fall away. And that which fell among thorns are they which, when they have heard, go forth, and are choked with cares, and riches, and pleasures of this life, and bring no fruit to perfection. But that on the good ground are they which, in an honest and good heart, having heard the word, keep it, and bring forth fruit with patience. No man, when he hath lighted a candle, covereth it with a vessel, or putteth it under a bed, but setteth it on a candlestick, that they which enter in may see the light. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, nor anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. Take heed, therefore, how ye hear. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken even that which he seemeth to have. Then came to him his mother and his brethren, and could not come at him for the press. And it was told him by certain which said, Thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to see thee. And he answered and said unto them, My mother and my brethren are these which hear the word of Allah, and do it. Now it came to pass on a certain day that he went into a ship with his disciples, And he said unto them, Let us go over unto the other side of the lake. And they launched forth. But as they sailed, he fell asleep, and there came down a storm of wind on the lake, and they were filled with water, and were in jeopardy. And they came to him and awoke him, saying, Master, Master, we perish. Then he arose and rebuked the wind and the raging of the water, and they ceased, and there was a calm. And he said unto them, Where is your faith? And they, being afraid, wondered, saying one to another, What manner of man is this? For he commandeth even the winds and water, and they obey him. And they arrived at the country of the Gadarenes, which is over against Galilee. And when he went forth to land, there met him out of the city a certain man, which had devils long time, and wear no clothes, neither abode in any house, but in the tombs. When he saw Jesus, he cried out and fell down before him, and with a loud voice said, What have I to do with thee, Jesus, thou Son of Allah Most High? I beseech thee, torment me not. For he had commanded the unclean spirit to come out of the man. For oftentimes it had caught him, and he was kept bound with chains and in fetters. And he brake the bands, and was driven of the devil into the wilderness. And Jesus asked him, saying, What is thy name? And he said, Legion, because many devils were entered into him. And they besought him that he would not command them to go out into the deep. And there was there an herd of many swine feeding on the mountain, and they besought him that he would suffer them to enter into them. And he suffered them. Then went the devils out of the man, and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down a steep place into the lake, and were choked. When they that fed them saw what was done, they fled, and went and told it in the city and in the country. And they went out to see what was done. And it came to pass, hold on. When they that fed them saw what was done, they fled and went and told it in the city and in the country. Then they went out to see what was done, and came to Jesus, and found the man out of whom the devils were departed, sitting at the feet of Jesus, clothed and in his right mind, and they were afraid. They also which saw it told them by what means that he was possessed of the devil was healed. Then the whole multitude of the country of the Gadarenes round about besought him to depart from them, for they were taken with great fear, and he went up into the ship and returned back again. Now the man out of whom the devils were departed besought him that he might be with him, but Jesus sent him away, saying, Return to thine own house, and show how great things Allah hath done unto thee. And he went his way, and published throughout the whole city how great things Jesus had done unto him. And it came to pass that when Jesus was returned, the people gladly received him, for they were all waiting for him. And behold, there came a man named Jairus, and he was a ruler of the synagogue. And he fell down at Jesus' feet, and besought him that he would come into his house. For he had one only daughter, about 12 years of age, and she lay a-dying. But as he went, the people thronged him. And a woman, having an issue of blood 12 years, which had spent all her living upon physicians, neither could be healed of any, came behind him and touched the border of his garment, and immediately her issue of blood was stanched. And Jesus said, Who touched me? When all denied, Peter and they that were with him said, Master, the multitude throng thee and press thee, and sayest thou, Who touched me? And Jesus said, Somebody had touched me, for I perceive that virtue is gone out of me. And when the woman saw that she was not hid, she came trembling, and falling down before him, she declared unto him before all the people for what cause she had touched him, and how she was healed immediately. And he said unto her, Daughter, be of good comfort. Thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace. While he yet spake, there cometh one from the ruler of the synagogue's house, saying to him, Thy daughter is dead. Trouble not the master. But when Jesus heard it, he answered him, saying, Fear not, believe only, and she shall be made whole. And when he came into the house, he suffered no man to go in, save Peter and James and John, and the father and mother of the maiden. And all wept and bewailed her. But he said, Weep not, for she is not dead, but sleepeth. And they laughed him to scorn, knowing that she was dead. And he put them all out, and took her by the hand, and called, saying, Maid, arise. And her spirit came again, and she arose straightway. And he commanded to give her meat. And her parents were astonished. But he charged them that they should tell no man what was done. And once again, that was the book of the Gospel of St. Luke. So that concludes the readings for today. I got to give the warning real quick. There is a super volcano out in the west coast underneath Yellowstone National Park. It is a massive super volcano by the scientific term, and according to geologists, other scientists, that volcano is over 100 years due to erupt, meaning it should have erupted and exploded 100 years ago, but it has not. And because it has not, it's not because it's dormant, it's because somehow the pressure is trapped underneath the earth and unable to relieve itself. And because of that, the pressure continues to mount day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year. So much so that the ground level rises above sea level up to 3 inches about every year. The ground is swelling underneath Yellowstone National Park. The ground is swelling, and as it swells, it rises up and it pulls the land from other parts of the continent. Just like if you had a sheet laid flat and went underneath of it and pushed up underneath the sheet to make a point, the ends of the sheet begin to suck toward the center where you're making the point. So does this volcano. It causes earthquakes, it causes other kinds of natural geological phenomenon, but the main concern is the explosion. It will explode, and it will take out probably 20% of the continent. It is a literal ticking time bomb ready to detonate any day, and has been for years. We've been getting by through the skin of our teeth, basically. But I think those days are over. I know those days are over. JEHOVAH ALLAH has warned us what it's going to take to stop that, what he's going to need to see from us. Because there is no science, there is no technology that's going to stop that or prevent that or negate the damages from that. It's just not there. The only thing that's going to stop that is the power of God, JEHOVAH ALLAH. And he's not going to allow Jesus to help us. He's not going to help us himself. There will be no savior unless we save our children, unless we do what is required of us and take care of the pedophiles and the child molesters and the child abusers walking around these streets today, sitting in jail, getting life-saving medicine, heart attack medicine, stroke medicine, seizure medicine, blood pressure medicine, all for free on your tax dollars. Some fucking weirdo fucks a kid and goes to jail and is in better health than you, and your tax dollars are paying for it. Then he gets out in 2 years and is out prying on your kids again. The Lord JEHOVAH ALLAH is disgusted. This Iran operation was ill-advised. Donald Trump was told the Lord was not with him on this, do not engage. Yet he persisted. It will come back to haunt us. It appears as if it already is. And it's just the beginning of it. But again, that's still the least of our problems. That's still the least of our problems with that volcano out there ready to burst. The problem is the pedophiles. Take care of the fucking problem, and the volcano is a non-issue. You've been warned again, plainly, in the name of Jehovah Allah and Jesus Christ, for their reputation and the reputation of all the believers. Take care of the fucking pedophiles, capital punishment. The volcano blows off, and there goes the United States of America. Let me give you all the blessing, and we can go about our day doing what we need to do for Lord. Allah Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Jehovah Allah cause his face to shine upon thee and be gracious toward thee. Hashem lift up the countenance upon thee and give you peace. Shalom, friends. Assalamualaikum. God bless you all. Stay lit. Naranja Arnos.